lost half my chin when I was shaving this morning. Other than that, it's great. There's nothing like nicking yourself and having it bleed for 30 minutes. But
No, great. I got a spot right here myself.
yeah, it's
Coach, I'm pretty confident that you're happy about Ayo's decision to come back.
well, that's a great observation. Yeah. No, I think that I think that it's whatever's best for the young man, and I've always looked at this process that way. And you put all the selfie stuff aside. We're here for young people, and we're here to help them reach their dreams and goals, and that's obviously been one for Ayo, and yet it's their business decisions, and he's got tremendous support and had tremendous support in his family, and all we were able to do is provide information for him and let them make that decision.
What does it say about Ayo as a person to be able to make this kind of a decision, being an 18-year-old essentially?
Well, I think tremendous maturity, tremendous intellect and intelligence. I think that you want them to understand that these are decisions that last a lifetime. They're not just a decision in the moment, and there's a lot of thought, there was a lot of information gathered, and then a decision was made. So I think that that speaks volumes to who he is, to his family, to the process that they went through, and they arrived at this decision.
Kind of still going off that, Ayo still could have declared and gone through the process, but he decided just to elect and just stay here. What does that kind of say about him, that he's, and maybe this culture or environment, that he's just ready to make that decision right now, here?
Yeah, I think obviously it's something that he feels very, very comfortable with, and I think that when you start looking in the history of Illinois basketball, name a freshman who's had a better year. And I mean, he had tremendous success, and yet we all know that he is a very team-driven, very goal-oriented person, and I think it's tremendous for our program either way to have a guy with his character, with his talent, and I mean, he's obviously thought this through, and we're ecstatic.
He mentioned that this is the first time he's really had an off season in a couple of years, just coming off an injury 2 years ago, then playing for USA last summer. What can he accomplish in the next 6 or 8 months, however many it is?
Well, I think the one thing that is most people don't know about Ayo is his work ethic and his commitment. I mean, he's literally a guy that's living in here, and you'll see a guy that will transform his body, not just in terms of the way it looks, but physical strength. You'll see a guy that'll jump better. The confidence that comes from living in the weight room and being so active there. He's really gotten dialed into diet and nutrition, which is the fuel for all of that. And the work that he does on the court, we'll all see that. But it's the other stuff that allows him to do that. And he's right. He stayed injury-free this year for the first time in a couple of years playing, and that's a big part of strength and a big part of what we try to talk about in developing into that next level guy. So I think we'll see a guy that's transformed his body. I think we'll see a guy that's transformed his mind in terms of confidence, and he'll be better on all aspects of that.
What are some of the tangibles of his game that you're looking to see him maybe just take that next step on?
Well, I think there's little things. I think one of the things that we've talked a lot about this spring is getting to the foul line more and becoming a more consistent free throw shooter. We don't want to see him. He's too good a shooter. He works too hard to be in the 60s percentage-wise from the free throw line. His game will continue to develop as his strength grows. We'll see a guy that'll have more and one plays. We'll see a guy that has a better understanding of what we're doing offensively and what's out there, and he'll feel more comfortable with that just because he's been in it for a year. He's not learning it, he's experienced it. So I think we'll see an elevation of his game in all areas.
His confidence in what you guys can do next year, saying this team needs to dance. What does that mean to have him as a leader come back, and just that statement and what you can do as a group next year?
Well, it's an expectation. It's nice to have those. It's something that we should never run away from, and I think he's very, very confident in his teammates. I think he's his guys that are back. The future. He knows how hard they're working. He knows how well we played at times late in the season. So I think there's tremendous optimism there, and I think that expectation is something that not only he wants, I want, and we should accept that.
Does his decision impact recruiting at all? Just you kind of knowing that there's not essentially a spot that needs to be replaced?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, there's the recruiting impact and the process with which we have right in place right now. All those guys who declare or look at that option, you don't know if they're coming back or not. You don't know how they will perform, and so you don't know what you need. And it's very obvious there's 800 plus transfers I think now, and it keeps us out of that market because you don't go replace a guy like Ayo. And but his impact goes beyond just himself and our program. It's what it says about others and wanting to be a part of our program. Everybody should want to play with a guy like Ayo because he's not just a terrific player but a terrific young man, and so it helps us on all aspects.
You recruit Chicago hard, you recruit a lot of other areas hard, but what is his success, what he was able to do, how he was able to be showcased here? What is that said back to Chicago when you go there and recruit other players and just be in that area?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt he's a focal point of that city and in the basketball front. A young man that was a five-star player, a young guy that was won 2 state championships, and I think everybody looks to him as to the great success he had, and then to see him continue that, I think does nothing but enhance the program here. It's what we've been saying. We're going to play a style of play that is conducive to winning. It's conducive to next level stuff, and to see a guy like that come in here and have a great year is nothing but a benefit for us. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
Thanks, Coach.